Alright, y'all, as you can see, get a close-up of this. Today we got the Mystery Tackle Box by Catch Co. The biggest one, I don't know what it's called, but it says the Reserve. So, let's cut it open. So, boom. Comes with this crate. Open that up. It's just a cardboard box inside. So we're gonna keep all the lures in the crate. I'm gonna do the opening of the box and show y'all what's in it. Today I got my little brother in the video. He's gonna read you what all this comes with.
About 32 to 40 items. It says a $265 value with a limited fishing decal and tips to help you catch fish.
Alright, let's see what all this comes with. Damn. First up, we got this KVD Mega Dog. It looks like a topwater walking bait in a little rainbow trout pattern. That is a beautiful lure and pretty big too. Next up, we got these little plasma tail worms. And we got some slime shake worms. Looks like a little green and white. Oh, and we got the Kraken Craw, blue and chartreuse slate. It's like a dark blue. June bug. Okay, then we got some lunker logs and June bug, 6-inch. That'll be really good for a wacky rig. Boom, we got some big jig heads. I wonder what these are for. Or no, that's actually a weighted bass hook, not even a jig head. Okay. Got some pre-rig finesse jig with an underspin. Okay. We got some all-white craw by Culprit. Never used them before. We got a really nice jerk bait. I actually have this same exact one already. All right, there we got a little heavy covered jig head, football jig head, weedless bluegill pattern. Okay, there we got a nice white spinner bait. Okay, there we go, a little bluegill 2-piece swim bait by Fish Lab. Okay, lipless craw crankbait, all time one of my favorite lures. Some Lunker Hunt finesse craw and some dark green. The Bearded Deuce by Power Bait. I've never heard of this or seen this before, but the colors in those flakes are amazing. Okay, we got some small hooks. I'm not sure what those for, maybe wacky rigs. Topwater Frog. There's some real nice colors on that. Okay, another jerk bait. This one's an odd shaped jerk bait, but that's a nice color. Real nice craw crankbait. Looks like it's a deep diving crankbait too. Little square bill. Got the Guggen Saucy Swimmers. Some nice trailers. Throw that on some of the jigs. Battle Beetle. It looks like a 2-piece topwater beetle. And it is giant. I've never seen that before. Okay, here we got some more underspin swim baits. Little shiner pattern. Another nice jerk bait. Little purple and blue kind of shad pattern. Some all white flukes. Another frog, but this one kind of looks like a rat too, but it's called a rattle toad. That's a really nice pattern on that. Another big ass walk-in lure. Nice crankbait, little round bill shad pattern. Some rattling Ned rigs. Another crankbait. That's actually a really nice color pattern. Okay, some big swim baits, some big shad swim baits. Then some bass hooks, fishing decal, and mystery box logo. Comes with a code to get something. We're not sure what this is for. Let's see. Oh, it's how to work the lures and facts about each lure.
It shows you how much
everything
is.
So, overall, do I think this was worth $200? I definitely think we got over $200 worth of stuff here. Like, we bought all this individually. That's probably $300 worth of shit right there.
And this has all the prices. We can add it up if you want.
Fuck it. But do you think this all was worth it?
Definitely. I mean, I would have never thought to buy some of that shit. So
yeah, I swear.
We'll see how it works.
What lure are you most excited to use? See what he goes with.
Oh, shit. This shit right here.
You could probably catch some pike on that out at the Hui.
Probably.
You'll probably catch some pike on that for sure. I don't know about bass around here.
I just think the bigger the lure, the bigger fish will catch.
Supposedly. This right here, that Lunker Hunt Battle Beetle. That's the lure I'm most excited to see. Look at the bottom. That looks so appetizing for a fish. But yeah, there's a lot of good lures in there. We'll definitely be catching some fish on them. So that was a good purchase. Let's see if we catch $200 worth of bass tomorrow. I just had to wade across this sink mud and water because the wooden pallet to cross is over here for some reason instead of in the water. Here we are at the fishing spot. All right, we're starting out with the Kraken Craw in June bug on a Texas rig. So that's what it's looking like. Let's get it out there and in some bass lips. We're gonna swap that out for a white fluke. Not necessarily how it's supposed to look, but it looks good enough to me. Surprisingly, nothing on the fluke, so I'm gonna go with this little Shiner underspin. This is what it looks like rigged up. Let's get it in the water. All right, so didn't get a single bite at that spot, so we're gonna be switching spots now. All my stuff's over there, so I got no choice but to make it. Pray for me, y'all. What up, man? Y'all see how he's sucking his head in? That's because in case I get close, he'll launch that bitch out at 1,000,000 miles an hour and bite me. But we got all the lures out of the mystery box with us today. I think they're gonna be really good in this spot that I'm going to. And I think we'll be on plenty of bass today. Now this is what I like to see when I walk up to the fishing spot. First lure I'm tossing around here is this June bug Googan Kraken Craw. All right, now we're gonna throw on this crawdad square bill. And boom, we got a nice bass on that crankbait. It's a decent little guy to start off with. Nothing special. So boom, next I'm gonna throw this heavy structure jig with a saucy swimmer as a trailer. Here's how it's looking. I'm gonna toss it around. I think it's gonna take a decent bass to eat this. There's the bass. See, it didn't even have to be a big bass. It just had to be a bass with the right mindset. Because there was 5 bass in that group. I'd say this guy was the 3rd biggest. But when he seen the jig move, he rushed it and he ate it. All the other ones were acting shy though. They were looking at it and then coming a little closer and then coming a little closer. Him, the second he seen it get jigged out the corner of his eye, he rushed it and swallowed it. That's why this fish is gonna be a giant one day, because he's got a big fish mindset. Look at him. He's gonna go right back out and eat some more shit that looks the same as that jig. All right, here's the next lure we're working with. Little jerk bait. All right, switching from the jerk bait to this here Battle Beetle. All right, just keep switching it up. Going with the spinner now. Look who just pulled up to the damn fishing spot. I'm gonna scare all my bass away. Imagine he ate one of my lures. Bro, this thing is literally moving in slow motion. It's crazy. And it's crazy because he probably thinks he's running full speed right now too. All right, switching to this jerk. Next up, we got the Bearded Deuce by Power Bait. Throwing that on a little Texas rig. Now, the fishing is pretty slow today, but I don't think that's because of the lures. These are some really cool lures. Damn. With some really cool action to them. Some cool color patterns and everything. But fishing's just been slow like the last 2 or 3 times I went out. So I don't really know what's going on, but I don't blame the lures for me not catching very many fish today. All right, so real quick, I want to talk about the lures. So this jerkbait has some really nice action to it. I have a jerkbait just like this, caught plenty of bass on it before. This jerkbait The colors are insane. The action is pretty nice, but just like the glow in the water that this thing leaves is insane, and I can definitely see it catching a lot of bass. This jerkbait, the action is really nice. The color pattern is cool. Will a bass eat it? Yeah. Next, the crankbaits. This is a little bit bigger. It's a 2.5. Will definitely work on bass. Just gonna take a bull bass to eat a 2.5. The lipless, really nice, works on bass. I've fished a bunch just like it, caught plenty of bass. This shad pattern crankbait, I didn't use it at all, but this is a very nice crankbait. I bet this will work really well on bass. And this is an interesting color pattern. Never seen it before, but it is nice. Should definitely work. This jig, as you've seen, obviously works. It's just a regular old jig, nothing special. This beetle, I don't know. I don't think this will catch a fish, if I'm being honest. The action is just not that great. However, these frogs will definitely catch some bass. This right here, probably not gonna catch a bass on this. At least I'm not gonna find a bass big enough to eat this. This will probably work on pike or walleye or something like that around me though. And then this top water definitely will work on bass. This is probably the most effective lure out of the whole entire kit, I think. This will work great for bass, especially during the spawning season when they're on beds. The spinnerbait, sorry, but I lost it. It flew right off. It's an all-white spinnerbait. It'll work a lot during pre-spawn, stuff like that. Boom. Next, these worms, never seen them before, never used them before, couldn't tell you if they work. These, wacky rig it, Texas rig it, you'll catch something. These definitely work on bass. These are really interesting, the colors and the pattern and the action overall in the water. I've never seen them before, but if I had to guess, they would definitely work for bass. These, never seen or heard of before, I don't know. These look like some decent swim baits. I would just have to see the action on them. White flukes, great lure for bass. These on their own, I'm not sure that they would catch anything, but probably. But as trailers, will definitely catch. These craw, Texas rig them, these will work. Oh, the other good thing, this color pattern, the little dark blue with the green sparkles, works really well on finicky bass. The all white craw, throw it in some muddy water, it'll be good to go. The green craw will definitely work. This I've never seen before, but it looks like a fairly simple rig, but should work for bass. And these, same thing, never seen them before, but it's just a underspin, it'll definitely work for bass. So overall, these are all some good lures for bass. You could definitely catch a ton of bass with them. Would I recommend purchasing one? Yes and no. The reason I say that is because if you're new and you're just getting into bass fishing and you don't know what lures to buy or anything like that, then yeah, it could be good for you. But at $199, I don't think any beginners are looking to spend that much on lures. But if you are a beginner and you don't know what lures you want, or you just want to get into bass fishing and you have $200, yeah, that's a very good box to get. But if you already fish for bass, you know what you like, you know what works, with $200 you could probably put together your own box of stuff better than this. So that's personally what I would do. I wouldn't spend $200 on this. I would just put my own box together. But you definitely get $200 worth of stuff, and it definitely should all work for bass. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.